I'm here physically. I'm really also in Peru, and that's one way in which I feel like the work I do here it's just an arm expanding from the local people, the local artists back in Peru. I was born in Lima, in Peru, and I grew up hearing a lot of this music, which is where they do. They are before they can walk. I've seen kids playing already cajon that they can't even reach or walk. You know, I didn't grow up in that kind of setting. The way I came into this, I was 15 years old, and I saw a couple dancing a very specific dance from Lima, from the capital city. It's called Marinera Limeña, and I fell in love with this dance, and that was a turning point in my life. The Cajon project is an community-based arts organization that I started about 5 years ago. It was born out of my need to find a way to be in Peru while I was in Seattle physically, because I had just become a U.S. citizen. I had graduated. We were in the process of buying a house, and I realized that I wasn't going back. So I had to create a little bit of Peru for me here and continue working for my community back in Peru, because before I came to study, I was deeply involved in the African descent population. The phrase de cajon, many people say, why is it de cajon? De cajon is actually an expression that we use in Peru. It's a very Peruvian expression that we use when we want to say rain or shine, or no matter what. So the cajon is a very, very strong, positive, reaffirming kind of expression that we use in Peru. So it's a wordplay, you know. It's a positive affirmation that no matter what, this is my commitment, right? But the word cajon is also the name of the musical instrument. So the cajon in my organization means all of those things also at the same time. It's amazing because it's acknowledging the presence of black people in Peru and their cultural contributions. In many countries, people deny the African influence in their culture. People say, no, I don't have African influence in me. I'm Peruvian, but no. And it's not true, because those influences may not be in your blood, but if you grew up in Peru, you heard this music, you grew up with it, you were eating food that is so much part of the African descent population contribution.
It's just power. And then seeing the way black folks down in Peru did, making music and put things together, was a beautiful thing. When I heard the first set of music, it just kind of blew me away. And that song, Toro Mata, really got me. That was a song, but I wanted to sing it. I'm a singer by trade. But once you started doing it and getting kind of invested in the musical genre, then it's like, I gotta get my hands around these instruments, because that's how you really start to understand how things are put together musically.
The black community in Peru have been fighting hundreds of years to be recognized as contributors of the nation, and also even their presence. They are invisible in Peru. In Peru, the skin drums were prohibited, like they did in Mexico and many other countries. Here in the United States too, skin drums were prohibited. It connected Africans to their roots, to their culture, and people were afraid that they were using their drums to communicate, because the sound can travel very far away. And it was just afraid to use that to communicate, to organize themselves, and you know, it's just taking power from people. So it was like Native Americans, you know, their hair has such a spiritual power. They cut their hair, you know. It's the same thing with people from Africa. They couldn't play their drums.
It's a matter of just trying to be in the music as it is, because if I try to put my own, I don't know how to explain it. I really is to not think and listen. I'll cue in a lot on the bass, guitar lines, and it's about, for me, it's knowing the patterns that I have and just trying to hold true to things, but the flavor of it all is crucial.
very empowering, and it makes me feel that I'm part of the movement. In Seattle, I started this organization and teaching this instrument and promoting this instrument here in Seattle that wasn't happening before this organization. And now if you go to the show, you'll see that this year there's 12 kids involved playing cajon in the show. And that is huge because that helps the kids connect to their culture and part of their cultural heritage. And some parents have mentioned how just the fact that they're playing this instrument have given them a little bit of context to understand their role as Peruvians, as Peruvian children growing in this country, and this gives them something to hold on to.
To me, it's a beautiful thing. To me, it's actually kind of getting in touch with who I am, right? Because I come from two worlds anyway, and so I've always walked that tension of being a bicultural individual. I love making music. To be able to make music with my wife is incredible. And then to be able to be with her in this other genre and know that I'm actually in it for real. I've gotten to play with some of the most amazing musicians on the face of this planet because of it. And I'm just incredibly thankful. You know, she's shown me an entire world.
Mi parte favorita de tocar ese instrumento es estar en Perú. Me siento como si estuviera en mi casa, es como si estuviera en Perú con mi comunidad, con mis amigos y los músicos y artistas con los que he trabajado muchos años, ¿no? Siento como que estoy tocando y volviendo a esa idea de que estoy en Seattle, pero realmente estoy en Perú. Ese es el momento en que yo siento eso más. Porque al tocar yo siento que estoy tocando con todos esos músicos que están en Perú, tocando también y trabajando por la cultura y tratando de educar sobre el aporte cultural de los afrodescendientes y también del cajón peruano, ¿no? Esa es una de las partes favoritas. Cuando yo me siento en el cajón, yo siento eso. Y lo otro es que este instrumento y yo tocando este instrumento ha sido el pretexto para juntar a muchas comunidades, ¿no? De Cajon por 5 años ha sido una organización enfocada a tocar y educar y enseñar sobre la cultura afroperuana, pero por ejemplo ahora este show de Ingi Mandinga que voy a producir y dirigir, que estoy produciendo y dirigiendo, está trayendo a gente de Panamá, de Venezuela, de Colombia, de Argentina, y todo esto ha sido a partir del cajón, ¿no? Todo esto ha comenzado con mí tocando el cajón, enseñando sobre el cajón, y ha llevado a expandir para traer muchas comunidades juntas. Entonces ese es otro aspecto favorito del tocar cajón. La segunda parte de tu pregunta, creo que es un poco lo que respondí en la primera parte de la pregunta. Cuando yo toco cajón me siento en Perú, me siento dentro de toda esa comunidad maravillosa con la que crecí, ¿no? Crecí artísticamente especialmente. Y me conecta especialmente con muchas personas que ya no están. Mi maestro Abelardo Vázquez y toda la gente que ha tenido una influencia artística en mí. Eso es lo que yo siento. Yo siento cuando yo toco el cajón es una responsabilidad. Yo siento que es una responsabilidad estar haciendo lo que estoy haciendo, ¿no? Tengo mucho respeto por el instrumento y por la cultura y por la gente que ha trabajado tan fuerte por lograr un espacio dentro de nuestro país y de nuestra cultura. Eso es lo que me conecta más a mí cuando yo me siento en el cajón. Cuando yo estoy tocando, me siento muy responsable y me siento conectada a la historia. No tanto hacia adelante o el presente, pero hacia la historia, a mis ancestros y a las personas que han trabajado mucho por promover este instrumento y por aportar cultura y enseñanzas sobre el aporte de los afroperuanos. Eso es lo que siento. Pienso en las diferentes personas que ya no están con nosotros y cómo yo estoy continuando el trabajo.